Hey, Cancer. Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your January 2025 monthly reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Cancer, we have career, belief system, and heart's desire as your key themes in January, with new life at the bottom of the deck. So this is a new year. This is a new time for you to start fresh. It's a clean slate here. And you're starting off with the Queen of Pentacles. So it feels like this is a year of abundance for you. And so in January, I feel like you're getting organized. You're organizing the mind. You're getting back to a place of feeling optimism. And I also see here you wrapping up some loose ends. If you are dealing with some sort of heartache or heartbreak, if there's any unresolved emotional pain or even mental pain that's caused you anxiety, depression, it's caused you stress, I see you really addressing that so you can move forward in a new belief system. That's going to be key. Yeah, because you have the Hermit here next to the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So you've isolated, you've kept to yourself, but I see here that you're putting yourself out there in some way. Something is finalizing. It's come to an end. 10 of Swords. So this is a good thing. The Three of Swords, the 9, the Hermit in reverse, and the 10 says you're wrapping up a very big cycle of your life. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So we have a partnership or a pair. And we see the 9 of Pentacles showing up. You're getting back to a spot of creating a life that you love, a life that you are proud of. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So mentally, you're getting back to a place of feeling back on track, feeling like you're cutting through any illusions, any fluff that you may have been dealing with in the past, because there's something here that you're releasing with the Three of Swords. And I feel like you're all business here. Yeah, you're very business savvy with that Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Finances and career is showing up as a key theme for you. Some of you may have dealt with a personal disappointment or a personal loss in 2024, and it affected you financially or affected your career in some way. But I see that you're healing, or you have healed those parts of yourself that may have been lingering. Yeah, because I feel like there was some lingering or residual energies that may still be playing out for you with the clock card, okay? But the good news is I see the 10. The 10 means you've hit the peak. You've hit the ends of the road, and there's only a new direction from here on out. So I'm just getting all your cards out here, Cancer. Now we're also shifting from the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, to the North Node in Pisces, which is your fellow water sign, and South Node in Virgo. So this is a really big time and a big year around bringing our spiritual awareness and our intuitive gifts to our everyday lives, and really being able to blend those two together instead of feeling like they're very separate at times. How can we blend that? How can we look at Virgo's shadow aspects, such as perfectionism or self-criticism or judgment at times, and how can we really use the spiritual tools, especially the ones that we've learned over the last year or so, and bring them into alignment in our 2025. Your archetype is Thanatos. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Something about a spider web. It's like the spider web of life, being able to see how everything works in divine order, because it's been difficult, because it feels like you've been pushed and pulled in all different directions. And now this is the wake up. This is you seeing how all the pieces fit together, and you've been struggling to find some missing pieces. But this is the month where you kind of set the groundwork for the tone of the year. And Cancer, your key themes here again: career, belief system, which is huge, and heart's desire, which you are a water element. You are the emotion. You are the heart. Now, this is about beliefs. This is about how we talk to ourselves. Reprogramming. So again, Virgo's shadow aspects come into play here with the north and the south node change in January. And I do see here that you're upgrading, Cancer. You are upgrading. Instead of feeling the energies of some old wounds, some old pains, Three of Swords in reverse is, healing those unresolved emotional disappointments that caused you to be bitter or caused you to be a bit closed off or even caused you to not be able to trust in the journey or trust in the process at times. That is what you are ending. It's caused a lot of anxiety here. There's been something very heavy that's played out for you financially, health-wise, or in matters of the heart. And you kept yourself hidden. You kept yourself secluded. For some of you, this was since 2020 is what I'm picking up on. There may have been a lot of fear instilled within you. You may have been dealing with people who were not showing up as the best version of themselves because perhaps they were locked down in some sort of fear. Maybe they were locked down in some sort of hurt or pain. And I'm sure you've heard the phrase, hurt people hurt people. And I feel like you didn't want to be hurt, so you kind of hold yourself off with that hermit energy. And sometimes, Cancer, that is what you do, is you withdraw, right? You detach. So whatever area of life this is, I feel like during that detachment, during that withdrawal, you have done some massive, massive healing. And I feel like this is the year that you really rejoin life. This is where you take that wisdom that you've learned while you were hermiting here and you move forward with a new determined belief system that even though life is full of hard knocks, even though sometimes there are going to be endings here, that doesn't have to be the end of your story. You can't go back and change something, but what you can do is have a new outcome. And that's what I see here for you. So belief system is everything because our belief system is basically our programs, what we've gone through, what we've learned, how we've responded, how people have, treated us, how we've treated people. It's what we've gone through in life that really kind of shows up in our belief system and what we're taught. And I see because you're highly spiritual and you're showing up in a very, spiritual light with the Hermit, because the Hermit is someone who goes within, right? When we go within, we can't help but connect and find our higher self. And I see that you have a higher power here that you've been working with, that you've been leaning into. And this tells me that you've been listening. You have been listening. You have been doing the work. And the part of the work, a big part of it, is telling yourself a new story. Cancer, letting go of the old story that everyone is going to hurt me, that I'm going to be alone forever, that I'm never going to succeed in this job, that I have to be stuck in this situation. Whatever the hurt, the pain, or the disappointment, or the anxiety was around, I feel like you are really connecting to the heart chakra, which is why you have the heart's desire. Part of that new story that you're telling yourself is, what would love do? What would love do in this situation? What can I do in my career that fills my cup? What type of person do I need to become to really attract the relationships and to open myself up, right? It's not that you're not that person already, but perhaps you need to open up and come out of that hermit energy with this newfound wisdom. Look at that beautiful owl that's sitting in the tree there. There's newfound wisdom. And now it's your time to bring it out into the world. Maybe you are the wise one now. You're able to help others. You're able to teach others. You're able to open up in a way that, it feels very vulnerable. It does. But I feel like this is a step towards creating that life that you love, creating that life of, abundance and stability with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Nine of Pentacles. You've been in a singular energy is what I am picking up on. even though we'll look at, all relationship types here in your love sector of your reading. But I feel if you have been feeling singled out, I just see that there's an end to that feeling of being alone, isolated, or singled out in some way, because there's a lot of passion coming in. There's a new wave, and it's time for you to catch this new wave. And the wave is in the shape of a heart. This is a love for all things. It's a love for, your projects. It's relationships infused with love. I really like that. Infused with love. You're getting like an extra fusion here happening. And I feel like you touch the lives of many. You're here to help be the catalyst to other people opening their heart chakra in some way, Cancer. Beautiful. Some of you, this is part of your career. All right, this is definitely part of your career. You may be climbing the ladder. You may be getting organized, talking to, financial advisors, looking at your resources, looking at like quarterlies. I'm picking up on graphs. There's charts here involved. And it's interesting because you see the crumpled up piece of paper. So it feels like, yes, there's been situations that didn't work out. There's been things that have left you frustrated. There's been things that you've kind of just chucked into the trash, chucked into the garbage. But it's about you kind of combing through what's working and what's not. It's like combing through the snarl. And for some of you, I feel like you're breaking through whatever was snarly in your career. And this is about you rising to the top again, or rising to the top if it's been a long time coming. Because there's a promotion here, there's advancement, there is change when it comes to finances or abundance for you. There may have even been some sort of an ending here, an ending to an old cycle or an old way of doing things, an old system, or even an old job with that 10 of Swords. Some of you, this caused a lot of stress and anxiety, okay? And it maybe other people were involved here. Someone who also could have been very my way or the highway is what I'm getting. You were dealing with someone who was very my way or the highway, possibly a Queen of Swords, maybe in reverse. I'm also getting with that 9 of Pentacles. It feels like this could be someone else's energy. It also represents a part of you and your outcome of creating a life that you love, maybe because of someone who was a 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And this can either be one of two people, someone who's very codependent, or someone who's too darn independent where everything has to go their way, or they throw a bit of a temper tantrum. And I see here that you're not wanting to be in an energy or an atmosphere that holds that type of vibe, who holds that type of people. I also see for those of you who may be even business owners, it may be time to branch out, okay? You may have become too big, or perhaps there's something you can no longer do on your own. Yeah, because you've been doing maybe everything and carrying a lot of responsibilities, and it's caused a lot of stress. But I feel like you've reached the end of the road here. It's time to call in some big dogs, all right? If you want to continue building and creating that life that you want. Bottom of the deck, Cancer, transformation. This is big changes ahead for you. It hasn't been easy, not with this 3 combination. I mean, this 3 is heavy. 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, but the 3 of Swords here in reverse is saying this is all coming to an end. It's like reached its peak here, and now there's only one way. I always say when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way up, boom. So you're starting to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. This is a new horizon, a new day. Both the 9 and the 10 of Swords, you can see that the sun is slowly starting to come up here in the 9, and the 10 of Swords, it's fully in the background. So you can see now. You can see clearly now the rain is gone. And I do feel like there's been some rain, right? There's something that needed to come in and kind of detox or give a clean sweep or clean out the house here in some way. Journaling could be very beneficial. Some of you are journalists. Some of you are bloggers, writers. Okay. You could be authors as well. With this new life card, get ready because there is a new journey ahead here for you. Endings bring in new beginnings. And look at right behind that, we have a message. So there could be some incoming news, incoming messages or communication, or even a deliverable. I'm getting like deliverables. Maybe you're delivering a message to someone. Maybe you're retiring or you're saying, I'm out of here. I'm putting in my notice. Or you could be leaving an old property, leaving a relationship. I just feel like communication is key. And this is something that will lead you towards your new life. And I feel like this is coming in for you around, I want to say, the moon energy. Could be the full moon, an ending bringing in a new beginning, which that moon shows up mid-month, I believe, mid-January. Yeah. Possibly even the next 10 days even though sword sometimes is weeks. I feel like this is days, okay? It may be even 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. So maybe the third week of January, okay? All right, let's look here at the tarot. Even though we've been talking about it here, we do have the Hermit. And the things I'm noticing is you had to keep yourself warm. There's something about stoking your own fire, learning about your own independence, really not letting that flame go out and trying to feed it whatever you could. Feed it the kindling, feed it the logs, trying to do what you needed to do so that you would stay warm, so that you would keep that light lit within you. And that Hermit tells me that you've done a lot of meditation. You've done a lot of connecting here. And I see that you're not alone. You have an ancestor. You have a wise one. You have a guide who has really been helping you along this path. And you may have been in touch. Okay, you may even know who this is for you, but I feel like you're coming out that much wiser and stronger. So I hope you realize this, Cancer. You are a powerful being full of wisdom, and I feel like part of your mission here on earth is to share your wisdom, whether that is through a book, whether that's through, a social media platform, or maybe it's you sharing it by being that role model for the people around you, just by your actions. It may not even be something you're communicating. It could be through your actions. All right. Queen of Pentacles. This is your main energy. I see that you're rising above. You're coming out of, hibernation. You're coming out of a deep period of reflection. And you're really getting organized. Your mind is very business savvy here. You've worked hard for your material wealth. You're frugal, but yet resourceful. I see that you're very nurturing. You're very traditional on certain things, but on other things, you're also, wanting to be flexible as long as I'm getting like a calculated risk. You have a lot of financial wealth that you are either bringing in, attracting, or you're sitting on, okay? Because right next to her, she has a whole pot of coins. But I feel like wealth is so much more than just coins for you. A wealth of, family, a wealth of friends. It feels to me like you went through this hermiting, and while going through this, your belief system around what wealth truly looks like for you may have shifted. And I see that you are entering into one of the wealthiest times of your life, the wealthiest periods or wealthiest phases of your life. The Queen of Pentacles, she's stable. She is secure with who she is, and she is independent. She has 4 beautiful black cats next to her. Some of you could even have a black cat. I'm kidding, a black cat with a boot. So maybe Boots, Mittens, or Boots could be the name of a cat here as well, or maybe Shadow. But I also see that there's fruit all around her. I mean, look at that apple tree. It is lush. There's grapes on the grapevine. There's cherries in the background. So it does tell me that you've worked real hard on your material wealth, but you may have sacrificed other areas of your life. And I see that you're now balancing it out. You're saying, okay, I've hit this wealth, but the missing piece is over here. And remember what I said in the very beginning. I thought I said this about missing pieces kind of coming together here. Yeah, with that spider web. And it's like you're able to be centered. I'm really excited. I don't think I've read this card before, not that I recall, Thanatos. So we'll see how it brings in the entirety of your reading. But these three things that you've gone through have changed your views and changed your perspective. Basically, you will never be the same Cancer that you were prior to this happening, but you weren't meant to be. You weren't meant to stay at that level that you were prior. But there's a message. Don't let the world harden you. Don't let those experiences, close down your heart. Don't let them not allow you to trust again, because there's the rain. There's the rain, and this is in reverse. You can see clearly now that the rain is gone. And where are you headed? You are headed towards creating your dream life. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles is, 1 away from that 10, which is retirement, marriage. It's everything, but you don't need that to be content. She's content with where she's at. The 9 of Pentacles, the 10 is just the icing on the top, right? The cherry on the top. She's enjoying life. She's enjoying the fruits of her labor. But I see that, you are becoming that version of yourself that is going to attract potentially that 10, okay? Retirement and long-term growth and stability and family and soul tribe and friends and marriage, whatever it is that you are wanting, I see that you are becoming a vibrational match towards it. Some of you could have a streak in your hair. Maybe this is a red streak. Some of you, this could be a gray streak. I also see here that you're growing, your roots are growing, your root chakra is growing. So that tells me that your stability is growing. You can see that her dress is yellow. At the bottom of the dress, she has the leaves growing, and they're kind of going upwards. So I feel like your stability and your sense of self is starting to really grow and blossom. Beautiful, Cancer. Let's look at health. Okay, health. Some of you had to recover, or you went through a recovery process. Maybe this was recovering from surgery, recovering from some sort of, addiction. You may have been in a program here, or this could even be a spiritual retreat, may have helped you out in a very big way. I also see you may have gone through a bit of a spiritual awakening or a near-death experience. Some of you are survivors. Okay, you're survivors here of maybe cancer. You beat the odds is what I'm getting for some of you. There's also an energy of the heart. The heart has been shattered in some way, but I feel like the heart is beating. The heart is regaining that sense of love, right? The love it's like an infusion, right? If you infuse something, like think of whatever your favorite food is, and infuse it with some juices or just something in it, it fills it up with that much more flavor. And to me, I feel like your heart is being infused here in some way. Maybe there was a fusion, or maybe like a blood transplant or something like that. Some of you may have had back surgery, back issues with the 10 of Swords. There may have been neck, shoulder, or back is what I'm getting. Sciatic nerve, sciatic pain here. And mental health may have been a factor. Some of you may have found yourself in a very dark place, but I see that you've come out of it here. You've definitely come out of it, or you're about to. And I do see health getting back on track. Some of you eating better, more fruits, because I see a lot more fruit. Now, I'm a big believer that fruit is really nature's medicine, and sometimes fruit gets such a bad rap because of all the sugars, but it's a different type of sugar than the processed crap that's out there. So just keep that in mind. Of course, balance out your diet. I'm also getting plums could be significant. Maybe there's something with plums or the third eye chakra. All right. Or blueberries, like blue and purple could be beneficial at this time. And wild blueberries are an antioxidant that is a superpower fruit. So add some of those to your diet. All right, let's look at career, finances, wealth, and abundance. I told you, you're in that business savvy mindset here. You're all business come January. Do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You got this. Some of you, like I said, you've become big. You've become too big to go it alone. If you are a business owner, this could be time to, maybe slap on an LLC or an S Corp, maybe learning more about taxes and write-offs. Perhaps you are opening up, your own platform or a website here. Maybe you're looking into PayPal or I'm getting Cricket. Okay, Cricket or Crickets. Now, I don't know if Cricket is some sort of a platform or if it's symbolic for something has been, silent. Maybe you went silent on something, but now it's the time to kind of revive it. Now the crickets are singing here. So I feel like business savvy, like getting back into that business mindset. Consider executive positions or even connecting to someone who is in a position that can help you out, a CEO or anyone in the corporate world. Okay, corporate. Elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up on here. Big picture thinking. That's also, Capricorn energy is about organization and structure and bringing those dreams to your reality. And then we move into Aquarius, one of my favorites. I'm an Aquarius moon. And this is about, big picture thinking, expansion, resources, technology, and really working with some of the tools that are available. And sometimes it can feel daunting. Change can feel daunting, but I feel like it's important for you to, expand your awareness and your consciousness because you're equipped. You have it. You've been in a little bit of a mode. Some of you also could have been like a stay-at-home parent, or perhaps you've been out of the corporate world or out of the business world for a while and now you're re-entering. All right. I see that you're getting back into something for some of you. Next, we have financial relief. Maybe you had to take care of a loved one. Perhaps there was a health issue or something you went through, but I see financial relief coming in. This is about, relief. Maybe there's some sort of incentive or some payout or some money that's owed to you or coming to you, some financial resources. This is also about job security. And I see that because there's been some sort of an ending here. This could be in your personal life, but financially here, I feel like you are growing and there is an opportunity to move in a direction if you kind of shake things up a little bit. Because I'm getting shake things up, dust off the cobwebs. Maybe that's the cricket. Come out of the hiding here, come out of the silence and put yourself out there because you will be supported. The universe has your back. And you will bear sweet results. The rose, even though the rose has thorns, Cancer, it's worth it, right? It's worth the smell. And the rose also represents the heart. We have the anchor. You felt stuck. There may have been some money blocks. If this is the case, I really want you to go back to your belief system. How do you feel about money? How does money feel about you? What is the exchange? And if you look back very early on in life, what was your take on finances? I feel like that's part of what you've been working on in this hermit mode is really looking at your belief system around, finances or around whatever areas you felt a little bit stuck in. Now, some of you are stable, okay, stable for now, or you could be picking up anchor from a position that you've been, stuck in for quite some time, and now you're ready to spread those wings, either travel. I'm getting like real estate. Some of you could be moving, relocating, taking your career in a new direction. You could be going back and gaining some sort of degree or education. I really love this because I feel like you're kind of lifting anchor here is what I'm seeing. And that's going to allow you to not feel so weighed down or burdened down by whatever this 3 combo is, the 9, the 10, and the 3. Trust that the universe has a better plan for you. Absolutely. Gaia, Mother Gaia showing up here. And it says protecting the planet, herbal, or working with nature in some way. And I see the Pentacle realm here. Like I told you, this Queen of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, they are surrounded in nature. Capricorn energy is earth, is nature as well. So this is happening for you now. Spend some time with nature to be healed, soothe, and regroup. If you have the opportunity to travel this month, I would definitely do so. Spend some time outside, spend some time connecting with nature. Some of you have green thumbs, some of you are very outdoorsy. And then lastly, we have the nugget. This is you getting a good, honest look and assessment at your finances, at your money, what's going in, what's coming out, budgeting, restructuring, maybe taking a look at debt consolidation, or, where can your money grow? What is wealth and abundance to you? And can you apply more energy towards things that you really want to commit to? And I see you taking an honest look and getting valuable information that's coming through meditation, through your higher power, through your belief system as well. And it's going to help you build upon your career. This is a fresh month. This is a fresh start for you to steadily increase your stability. That's what I see growing. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. And remember the leaves that are growing from the bottom of her dress. They're going up. They're not going down. They're going up. So there is some sort of growth here that is going to, keep climbing. Keep climbing until you're sitting in that queen status of that throne. All right, let's look at love. Now, if this is love, some of you have definitely been hurt, disappointed. Now, it doesn't have to just be romantic love. This can be, I just heard abuse or trauma, maybe even from a family member or from an ex or a child or even a friend. So take it as it resonates. Now, this is interesting. This happened, wow, this same exact thing happened, I believe, in Taurus, maybe Aries, their reading, which is just wild because I've made sure I put this back in the right deck. You have a tarot card that snuck in with your love. And it's the same exact tarot card that snuck in earlier as well. So I'm curious to see if it was in this deck or if it came out, but it landed with the love. I'm not sure, but you have the Strength card. So in matters of the heart, you've gone through a lot. Some of you, like I said, this has to do with the heart. Maybe you've had even a physical manifestation of something of the heart or the lungs or even the breast. Maybe there was surgery in that area, or there was something that was medically looked at in this area, okay? You've had to be strong. You've had to be patient. Maybe there was a time you needed a little bit of time to heal from something. All right, cycles. Cycles, this is about healing and progressing. You notice here on the clock card, the hourglass has just been flipped. So you're entering into a new cycle, a new phase when it comes to the heart. And it's like it's paying off. You're focusing on your strengths here. And I do see an opportunity for union, okay, marriage for some of you. If you are single at this time, I definitely see that you are, preparing in some way for a soul connection, everlasting love and devotion. That's why the wedding rings is here. Now, for those of you that are currently in a marriage, you may have gone through a divorce recently, or there's something external outside of your union that has impacted you both financially, okay? Or this is something that really hit the both of you hard, and maybe you're still together, but it definitely left an imprint here, and the both of you could come out stronger from this. You could be each other's, best friends. This could be someone that you lean on. This could even be something that brings you closer together, even though it's been very difficult. All right, and we have here seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and dating, third party, temptation. If that was the case, I feel like you're putting an end to that. If there was a third party, or if someone is tempting you from the past, or if someone just is calling for a hookup and a date, you're saying, I don't want that life. I want stability. I want the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm going to settle for my King of Pentacles, my Emperor. I don't want a Page of Wands, a Page of Cups, someone, or even a Knight of Cups or a Knight of Wands, someone who's inconsistent, in one day, out the next. I feel like you're not going to settle for less than you deserve. That was a lesson that you learned while you were going through the healing process. So don't go back. Don't go back to something that put you in that 9, the 10, and the 3 of swords. Why would we do that to ourselves? However, we do. Don't be hard on yourself too much, but if you start to get tempted, I want you to remember what you came out of and what you learned, because you have the wisdom. Now that you know better, you're going to choose better. All right, let's look at your soul's truth. Are you clear, Cancer, on what you truly want? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires. You can't make that up. Remember, that's your key theme here. Heart's desires. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Today's soul action. Ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Yes, take one step in that direction. That's what I see you doing. And that's going to require bold action on your end. If you've been in the hermit mode, because it's safe in there, it's safe by that fire. It's safe in the woods, in that cozy sanctuary that you've created for yourself. It's safe in the confinements of a comfort zone. I feel if you want more, you have to expand. You have to kind of go out and explore, even if it's night, even if there's uncertainty, right? Even if that moon, right, is present, it's going to guide you. You have to trust in the process here, but get clear on what you want. And then lastly, we have, oh my gosh, you guys, you cannot make this up. What have I been saying your whole reading? And I'm just now looking at these cards. I think it was even flipped the other way. How can I infuse? There's the word, infuse. I think I said that a million times. How can you infuse more self-love and compassion into your daily life? This is wild. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Buddha. Today's soul action. Choose one self-care action to do today. Because this is also part of the hermit. Maybe some of you are wanting to go into a little bit of that hermit. If you haven't been in it, if you've been very scattered, very disconnected, this is a time for you to infuse self-love and compassion into your life. 1, set stronger boundaries. 2, meditate and listen to your heart. 3, speak to yourself with compassion. 4, focus on your strengths. There's the strength card that snuck into the heart, snuck into the love section of your reading. Say no to something that isn't a soul yes. Say yes to something that you are afraid of. 7, let go of what you cannot control. 8, stay far away from drama and negativity. 9, ask for help and allow it. That's the hard part. Asking for help isn't always the hardest thing, but allowing someone to help you, sometimes that is the most difficult task. And lastly, number 10, write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Cancer, if you want to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop 3 things in the comment section below. What are 3 things that you are grateful today? Drop that in the comment section. I will enter you into that free reading giveaway. And then last but not least, let's look at your archetype. You have Thanatos. Remember the spider web at the very beginning of your reading? And again, I do not recall this card. Oh, this is death. All right, this is death. Endings. There's that 10 of swords. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation. But the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent. An eternal response to the gift of birth, witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. That's what the Hermit represents, right? This is grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. This could be fear or intensity to old age. For some of you, this is fear around, death, illness, or even the dying. Facing Thanatos leads us to aletheia, truth. So facing death leads us to truth. There are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. I'm also getting mediumship as well. Some of you are going to come out of something with increased spiritual skills or talents or gifts. And I also see that, yes, there's been something that's devastated you, and you will be changed forever. Everything that I just read, I believe, was talked about in your reading. If you want to take this a tad bit deeper, check out Philip Larkin's The Mower. I'm not sure if that's a book or if that's a poem. I'm not familiar with Larkin's work. But death, there's an ending here. We see that the ending is going to bring in a new beginning. There is an end to a cycle, but the birthing process is such a miraculous thing, right? For those of you that have ever given birth or you've watched birth in any form whatsoever, it doesn't just have to be the birth of a child, and also the death, the death process, watching life enter into the world and exit. There's something maybe even about being a doula or being a midwife. For some of you, it's your psychic abilities, your mediumship abilities. This could even be a loved one that has crossed over here for you, that's coming through, that is guiding you. Okay, guiding you. You will be very abundant. You will be very rich in resources. Like I said, it's not just about the coin for you. It's about wealth in the form of, the heart's desire, whatever wealth may look like to you. Cancer, that is what I have for you. Powerful reading today. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. And again, drop 3 things you're grateful for in the comment section below to be entered into the giveaway. And be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss the future notifications. Lots of love to you, Cancer.